Yo, I swear. For a while there, it was enough. It was enough to just restart OBS before stream. Now, apparently, I have to reboot my entire computer before every stream. I don't know what's up with that. I can tell you, I'm not a fan. I don't even have a cat in cat cam tonight, so I'm just going to make that smaller. I have a Jacob horse in the cat cam. Hello. Sorry I'm late, y'all. Hello, bow and arrows. Enjoy your lurk. It looks like the cat cam is doing some things. I'm just gonna wiggle that. Doing a good job with technology today. Hello, Dame. And Leo, welcome. Who else we got here? You're at Publix. What are you getting? Ice cream. Oh, your partner just had wisdom tooth surgery? That sucks. Oh, thanks, Belly. That's sweet of y'all. We got lots of pudding, but they decided on caramel ice cream instead. Yeah, and especially the thing with any kind of like wisdom tooth or like any kind of like oral surgery is it's not like the mush. The mush is important. Obviously, the mush is critical, but it's also just like really soothing to have something cold. So ice cream truly is perfect. Ah, yes. Don't forget to switch from top chat to live chat. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully that's a quick recovery. Wisdom teeth is not fun. Not fun. Horse cam, yeah. Yeah, it's Jacob Horse. It's Jacob Horse from Drawfee. Which, like, if you don't know what Drawfee is, it's Jacob Horse from Drawfee sounds like just bizarre word salad. That doesn't mean anything. You're working on your blanket crochet. Enjoy lurking. Hey, Spadazzles. So, as y'all know, my mom and dad are coming to town tomorrow. I think they'll be in fairly late. I'm not sure what time they're actually planning on leaving. But they're driving down from Toronto. And so I do still have a good chunk of tomorrow to like finish cleaning this room and whatever else. There's still so much that needs to be done. But, you know, there's so much that we were also both working all day today, and of course today happened to be the Thursday that every month where we take Jammy Dodgers to the vet. And then we also had to get some grocery shopping done, which like the plan was, okay, well we'll just whip out to the little Spanish market and grab you know, some fresh tortillas from them, because that'll be better than you know, whatever they have at Wegmans or whatever. And then we can get the rest of our stuff, you know, at Wegmans. It'll be fine. But the little market didn't have any tortillas, and then we just decided, well, let's just go ahead and get the Wegmans shopping trip over with. We're already out of the house. We have, as long as we're super fast, we have enough time to do it. And then we don't have to also leave the house tomorrow. And it did take a little longer than anticipated. And so by the time I got all the food put away, which I blasted through it incredibly fast, by the time I got all the food put away and got myself up here, that was when I messaged on Discord and said that I just got home. And that was like 1:45 or something like that. And I still had polish on from swatching yesterday. So yeah, it's been a little bit crazy. We did get our poop toilet paper holders up finally, which I acknowledge that is a crazy sentence. So hang on a second and let me see if I can show you. Because it should be in There it is. And then if I go here and change this to... Are you going to let me see photos? No, I can't see photos. Really? Okay. Well then. What's in preview right now? Not that. Just bear with me for a second here, because apparently OBS doesn't want to see things that are in photos. Okay. But now it should show preview. There we go. There it is. There it is. That's our poop toilet paper holder. Ignore the absolutely horrendous wallpaper that came with the house however many years ago that Brian moved in. It is going to be replaced eventually. But yeah, this is 3D printed. It's actually 4 separate pieces. So there's 2 P's and 2 O's. And they just individually screw into the wall. So that hangs above the toilet now. So that's one of the very important tasks that we completed today. You had to reload to get Stream to show? Weird. Anyway, so the 3D printed poop thing we've actually had for like a really long time. Rachel, my stepdaughter Rachel, and her husband have a 3D printer, and they printed that for us like sometime last year. It was ages ago. Bug wallpaper next. Oh my god, I would love bug wallpaper. Probably will just remove the wallpaper and paint though. I'm broadly not a fan of wallpaper, especially in bathrooms. Shaun the Sheep style paper holders? I don't know what that is. Let me just do a quick search on that. Shaun the Sheep toilet paper holder. Oh my gosh, those are adorable. Okay. Hang on. Hang on. Let me show you this. This is really cute. It's really cute. I like this. I like this. That's good. Yeah, if I had like surfaces to put that on, I would have something like that. Bug tiles could be fun. Bug tiles, bug mural. I love this idea. Hey, Sharon, welcome. Bug peelies mounted as if they were tiles. Oh my god. No. Broadly speaking, I am not a peely saver. I do use peely base, but generally speaking, I don't save my peelies. Every once in a while, if there's like an especially good nail art that I do that I'm like really extra super proud of, I will occasionally save them if I can. But I don't honestly try hard to save my peelies. I don't try especially hard to get them off in one piece. I just kind of whatever. Your bathroom has washable paint because that's the only option you're... Yeah. See, that's the thing, Belly. And also, I dye my hair in that bathroom, and there's already just splatters of dye across that wallpaper in there. There's like just big streaks of blue across across the wallpaper in multiple locations. And so any surface in the bathroom that is not washable, scrubbable, uh, disinfectable is not going to fly for me. I can't. And I know there are wallpapers that are more washable, but I'd much rather have a semi-gloss paint that I can properly wash. Saving peelies is a little serial killer-ish. I I mean, I get that. I don't think for me, I don't think of that as being very serial killer-ish, but it is something that, like, if I started doing that, then I would have a big jar of ick, and I don't need that in my life. There's no point for me in saving just a big jar of ick. I don't need that. I have enough just flotsam. I have enough flotsam in my life. I don't need to add more flotsam to it. I do have one little unicorn box that that I have maybe a dozen manis worth of the best. You're just watching Soup Goliath Alberio right now? Yay! Oh, I can't wait to see it. That's exciting. Yeah, dark grout with tile, absolutely. So that's actually what we have in the downstairs bathroom. The only bathroom that we've renovated is the downstairs water closet. And so that one has dark tile with dark grout. It's good. The upstairs bathrooms, both of them have those like itty bitty tiny little tiles with white grout, and like they're white tiles with white grout, and they're like 50 years old. So not good. They're uncleanable. It's like, it doesn't matter what you get in there to scrub with. It is uncleanable. It's ugh. And it's broken in a lot of places too. So it's just not great. I do my best, but it's not great. Yeah, the masterpieces can be worth saving. Spadazzles, absolutely. You tape up plastic on your walls when you color your hair. That is smart. Yeah, the tiny tiles are awful to clean. Absolutely awful. You have a bag of peelies and you're hoping for a nice decorative jar. You know what? Yeah, like keeping teeth, I get it. Like I have just bug parts. I have bug parts. I have little containers full of bug. I get it. Like for me, that's why the peelies aren't too serial killer-ish, because I have stuff that most people would consider grosser than that. So it's not such a big deal for me, but I just don't personally need that in my life. Don't need to collect more crap. Anyway, let's do some nails. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'll tell you what, though. I did not put peely base on. I went straight to my regular base because I am not going to get a chance to do my nails again until after my folks leave. So this is whatever we do tonight. This is what I'm wearing for the next few days, which is almost unheard of for me. Some of y'all know I change my nails basically daily. Even when I'm not swatching, it's rare for me to have a mani go more than 2 days. Not because they come off. I peel them off on purpose because I want something new, because I like to do my nails. So yeah, so whatever we're doing tonight, and I don't know what that's going to be, that's it for the next few days. So it's definitely going to be Pride themed. I have all my rainbows out. We had some ideas about some possible themes to try out. Let me go over to the suggestions channel here. Because there were some ideas that I had thrown out there. So paw prints, beach mani with umbrellas in different flag colors, Pride bugs, some kind of bug is obviously always an option. Fluid art. Fluid art's nice. We've already done normal mermaids in pride flag colors. Juniper sprig with berries. I don't know if I have the heart to do that tonight. That might hurt too much. Yeah, I think I need a few days for that. Maybe we'll do that after I come back. The trans flag colors with the juniper sprig. Pride butterflies. And then it went off onto bug conversation. Why are butterflies so pretentious? Flag moths. I like the idea of doing some fluid art. How do y'all feel about fluid art? Priders, it would be Priders part something more than 2, wouldn't it? Haven't I done Priders more than... I feel like I'd done Priders twice, and then I did the Christmas ones as well. Eggs. Eggs is maybe an option. I like the fluid art idea, and I like the beach idea, the beach umbrellas. Fluid art eggs. I don't know if I'm really feeling eggs tonight. Just flags. Kind of feeling now. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I like the beach umbrellas idea. You're down with fluid art or moths? Moths are cool too. Oh, I also had the idea to do birds. You've never seen fluid art? Well, okay, y'all, we have to do fluid art. Sharon's never seen it. We got no choice. We got to do fluid art. What if we did fluid art with like some hand painted, like, I don't know, like little stars or whatever on top? That could be cute. Let's do pride flag fluid art. We could do like a different flag for each nail. Yeah? Okay, burbs. I'm going to make an executive decision and go with fluid art. But I wasn't really prepped for fluid art, so I have to grab my all my thingies here, and I might have to clean them. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to clean some of these because... Oof. So then the other question, I guess, becomes which polishes do we want to use? And I think since it's fluid art, we might want to do a mix of... it's going to work best. Y'all know it works best when you do a mix of cremes and non-cremes. Although hollows, like the linear hollows, do marble... They do fluid very well. So we could just do the linear hollows. But we did do linear hollows the other day, so I don't know. But what do you think? Should we do linear hollows or should we do a mix of creme and something else? Oh my god, this one is filthy. Filthy and covered in cat hair. Bow and arrows, you haven't seen fluid art done either? Oh my goodness gracious. Y'all. This is going to be exciting. This side doesn't really need to be that clean because this is the wrong side. It's too shiny. I don't like it. But still wanted it to be at least partly clean. Okay, this one's already okay, aside from having a little bit of cat hair on it. That's one of Timonie's cat hairs, I can tell. It's all stripy. And This blue one's okay. This pink one has a little something on it. Get rid of that. Hey, Heather. Creme and linear mix. You've seen the end result of fluid art, but not the process. Gotcha. Hey, Yanelli. It's just been decided that we're going to be doing some fluid art because some people in the chat have never seen the process of fluid art. And so we're going to do pride flag fluid art, pride flag color fluid art. And then maybe paint something over top. But maybe not. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. First I gotta clean my thingies. Is there a gender fluid flag? Yeah. Fluid, gender fluid. Of course there's a gender fluid flag. There's everything flag. Any flag you want there to be, someone has made it. Oh my goodness gracious. Spadazzles, what do you want to pull for? Oh, also, I guess if we're doing, okay, so I'll exclude the neons. We certainly won't use the neons because that would be not correct. I will have to grab some more linears if we're going to do a mix of linears and cremes. And this is going to end up being a little bit of a teaching stream. So that's fun. Drink your fluids. You want to vote on anything, Spadazzles? You just excited to vote? I mean, good on you. It's your patriotic duty. I said duty. Indeed, I am 12. The first time you did fluid art, your husband was like, I thought water marbling was witchcraft, but this is fucking alchemy. Yeah. Yeah. That's correct. And you know what? I'm a better alchemist than a witch. I'll tell you that much. Okay. Fluid art. Let's see. Let me grab my Holo Taco linears. And I'm going to add a few for some of the flags that have different colors that aren't part of the main rainbow. And then we're going to need some cremes. What I need is the what's that one collection that had the linears that there's like a hot pink and here's hot wire pink, hydropower, and circuit breaker. That's what I need. I need these for the trans flag. All right. Alchemy is chemistry, witchcraft is physics. I think witchcraft is biology. And chemistry. It's just different chemistry. Organic chemistry instead of inorganic chemistry. No, it's not the rock candy collection. It's the, what do they call that collection? electric something or other, electric hollows. Is that what those were? The arrow flag. All right, hang on. Let me look it up. Okay, so yeah, that's very doable. Okay. All right, so let's start with we'll start simple with the trans flag because I know this one works well. Okay, so if you're totally new to fluid art, then a thing that you need to know is that there are special fluid art polishes that you use in combination with regular polish. And where's my big white one? I have my big clear and I have my big black. Hang on, let me find my white fluid art polish. Ooh, I don't have very much of that left. Okay, we might have to do a combination because I don't have very much of the white, but I could use Cirrus for my blue. So you either have to have a special fluid art polish or you have to have an additive that you can include in with one of your polishes or in with your main mix. That will accomplish the same thing. And so the additive that you're looking for is a silicone oil. Generally speaking, most people that DIY are using Garnier Fructis. It's a hair serum, I think. That has the silicone oil in question in it, and my brain has decided to lose track of the name for the. Is it dimethicone or is it disiloxane? I think both work, but dimethicone is the more common one. I'm pretty sure dimethicone is the one that's in the Garnier Fructis hair serum stuff. So yeah, it's an anti-frizz hair oil. So that's what most people use to DIY their fluid art, and it's a great way to do it if you're just wanting to sort of experiment a little with it with regular polishes and not have to invest a whole lot of money, right? Because Garnier Fructis, this stuff is cheap. Just if you're not sure that you've got the right thing, it is called an anti-frizz hair oil, and if you look at the ingredient list, it will say dimethicone on it. So if you can't find that exact brand, just look for something similar, an anti-frizz hair oil that contains dimethicone. So you can do that. You can also purchase dimethicone from art supply stores if you want to get more into it and make your own. Or you can just pick up a fluid art nail polish that already contains the dimethicone in it. What I have is from a particular brand called Baroness X, but there's a few brands that do it. This just happens to be what I have. They already contain dimethicone. And if you want to DIY it, there's tons of, if you just like look up, a tutorial for Garnier Fructis, whatever the name of the stuff is, fluid art. There's definitely tons of people that have done this and filmed it and put tutorials online. So you can totally find the details on how much to add, because I'm not 100% certain. I haven't done the DIY version like that. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to typically start with your mix. And so I will go down to the nails up display here. So this is my polish that has the dimethicone in it. And I'm going to put a little puddle. And there's a few different ways that you can do this. Sort of depending on, what sort of look you want. There's a bunch of different ways to manage it. But we're going to start with that. I'm going to add some white creme because I have found through long experience that using cremes in your fluid art mixes just seems to help them hold structure well. So I'm going to put 3 dots of the creme, and then I'm going to add some of this linear hollow. So this is Hotwire Pink from Holo Taco. And I'm going to add those inside the white dots. I'm showing you how I typically do it. It's not the only way that works, and I will show you a few different methods. But it's just a pretty reliable method for me. So now I'm doing a silver hollow inside that. This one's Circuit Breaker from Holo Taco. I'm going to do another drop of white as well. Circle, circle, dot, dot. It is a really good use for a runny polish. This creme is not runny. It's actually a little on the thick side because I use it a ton. And it is near the end of the bottle. And it needs to be thinned again. But those Holo Taco linears have been thinned enough times that they're kind of... They're pretty thin at this point. They're not like unworkably thin, but they are pretty thin. I'm going to add a little more pink because I'm just not sure if I got quite enough. And I'll add a little more Circuit Breaker as well. And actually these ones I'm going to put sort of around the sides. Also, hello, Linry. Okay, so right now it sort of just looks like a chaotic whatever. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make it kiss. I'm going to make it kiss this way too, just a little bit. There we go. And then there's a few different ways to do this. I like to take a scraper card, but you can use any kind of tool. And I'm sort of scooping up underneath it and then pulling. So get underneath and pull out. And what you're doing is you're sort of, you know how like, because of surface tension, it'll kind of like all collect along the edge and it won't spread on its own. But if you like pull it out, it lets everything, all the fluid stuff that's like hanging around behind the bump, it'll like allow it to move all of a sudden. And we are going to want something to wipe our scraper card off. And because it has that silicone oil in it, it forms all these cells. Now, you'll get different types, sizes, looks for your cells, depending on like the particular colors that you've used, or the formulas really can have a huge impact on it. But also it will change with different techniques for drawing it out, and it will also change if it's a day that ends in Y. So you'll see a certain amount of randomness with this. And sometimes you'll get awesome cell formation right away. Sometimes if you let it sit, it will like slowly develop a little bit as it, sort of settles and dries out. And sometimes you just get kind of shitty cell formation, and sometimes that's because the specific polishes that you've put together don't work great together. I have found in general, this is why I like to use a creme in between other things, because they tend to help support the cell structure so that everything gets sort of delineated a little better, as opposed to a lot of the time things will kind of mush together. Like here, you can see this area here, instead of getting some nice big cells, we've got like the circuit breaker and the hot wire pink ended up kind of just sort of lumping together. So yeah, I find adding a creme helps with that. Yeah, Dollar Tree polishes work. Those kinds of things work well to DIY. Any shitty, cheap, kind of runny polish is going to be great for this. Yeah, cremes give the best cells. Linears give the sparkle. I also really find that shimmers, if you sandwich shimmers well between cremes, those give really nice results as well. You've had times where it starts to make cells but doesn't spread. Yeah. Yeah, so silicone, these silicone rounds. So these specific ones I did get from a nail supply place. They come in different sizes. But you can also use very smooth jar grippy silicone. It's the same thing as long as they're the smooth kind and not the like textured kind. I also have just these. I've got a bunch of these where I had an extra nail mat. I had like 5 nail mats at some point in time, and I just chopped up one of them into little squares, and I use this as well for fluid art. It works really well. You can get any of these things like on Amazon or whatever. You can just get a big sheet of thin silicone and just cut it up. So yeah, sometimes fluid art just says fuck you. Dimethicone is the powerhouse of the cell. Yes, wow, Linery. Throwback to when your fluid dreams were shattered. I'm sorry, Anelli. Okay, so this one was meant to be a trans flag, and I ended up not having quite enough of the blue. And I think, so I'm going to do another version of this. So I'm going to use the same things, but I'm not just going to use the fluid for the blue. I'm also going to add in some of my hydropower as well. And I'm going to use more white in between. That's my plan for my next attempt at this. And you have to, by the way, assume when you are doing fluid art that it may very well take you a couple of tries to sort of get the right combo that's really going to work for you. I'm just adding a little bit of thinner to my white because it was quite thick. So I'm just going to thin this out a little and make my life a bit easier. Okay, so we will try again. I'll use my little square one. You don't even have to cut up the mat. If you have a silicone mat that you're using for, just to do your nails on, you can just like use the corners of it and that's fine. The problem I find is that like you run out of space really quickly and it's a little bit awkward. I find it easier if it's something you can pick up and sort of like tilt and because I like to tilt and pull downward. I find that it flows best that way. But I'm going to show you some other ways if you don't have a... oh, there's an ant. If you don't have a scraper because you don't do stamping or whatever, I'll show you other ways to do it. Okay. So we will attempt again. And I'm going to show a slightly different version. So instead of doing one big bloop in the middle, I'm going to do 3 smaller bloops with a little gap between them. And I will do a little hot wire pink. A drip in the center of each one. I'm going to do a little white drip in the center of that. I always love to see it kind of like get swallowed as it goes along, which is always fun for me. I like to watch the polish, the drip that I just dripped in there and get consumed by the blob. Another bit of white. And then I'm going to add the hydropower. Whoop, this one's a little thicker. Oh boy, that was a big blob. Okay, now I'm gonna do something a little crazy. Prepare yourselves. I bloop in between and connect the dots. And then bloop in that connection. Using the same colors. I think this one's going to be good. Okay, here we go. Now we kith. Okay, so you don't have a card. No worries, no problems. We're going to use literally anything else. You could use a nail file. You could use a piece of cardboard. You could use a pencil. Anything you don't give a crap about getting nail polish on or that you can easily clean off. The important thing is you're gonna break that surface tension at the edge and you're gonna pull away so that the runny polish has something that it can run on. And these are always going to be a little thick, and that's okay. This worked out much better. Some much better balance. So now we have some nice distinct areas of blue, pink, silver, and white. So this is going to be our trans flag decal. I love it. This one worked out nicely. Now, it does need to sit around for a while. They're going to have to sit for like probably a solid 20 minutes, okay? So we'll set this one aside. This other one that was too pink, I'm going to go ahead and actually remove it from here, so that I can reuse this this mat. And you'll see that it's far too goopy to actually peel up yet, except around the edges. So see how it's kind of like sticking a bunch, and then it's like fully liquid in the middle. Not fully liquid, but like goopy in the middle. So if you were like, you know, if you were getting ready to actually apply these to your nails and you noticed that it was sort of sticky like that, then you would know it's not ready to pull yet. It needs to dry more. The other thing to note for you people who have not done this before, see how the silicone has like a bubble in it now? Is normal. Is normal. Is okay. It will go away, I promise. It's gonna just the solvents in the polish cause the silicone to swell a little bit, and then as they evaporate out of the silicone, it will go right back to normal. So just set this one aside for a little bit. We'll use a different one for a while. By the time we're ready to come back to it, it's going to be fine. Yeah, we had really nice cell formation in that one. The silicone oil does not seem to significantly slow the dry time. It's more about the thickness of the polish. And so I find typically 20 minutes is real good. But it is going to depend on how thick your polish is, how thick your actual decal is. Also, I seem to have a cat. So let me give you a cat. Hang on. Gotta do a little rearranging here. Go across here. Go through here. Go here. Careful observers and regulars will note from the distinct cat ears on the cat and gray coloration that this is a budgie smuggler. If she looked the same except with no ears, that would be a Jammy Dodgers. It's currently 15 degrees outside. I have the window open anyway, because it's just such a relief to have it not be 35 degrees. I'm not translating that for the Americans. Figure it out. 15 is cooler than you usually want room temperature, and 35 is in the 90s. It's fucking hot. Okay. Next flag. I was requested the aromantic pride flag, which is black, gray, white, and 2 shades of green. Now, I think we're pretty much going to get our 2 shades of green from mixing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use black fluid art polish, green hollow, silver hollow, white creme. And we'll see where that gets us. Actually, let me see if I have I didn't grab my black fluid art small thing. But my freedom units. Americans, anything over 20 Celsius is hot. Under 20 Celsius is cool. There you go. I mean, I do think that depends. But most people would put 20 Celsius as being at least in the ballpark of a reasonable room temperature. So you're not wrong. Okay, I'm actually going to use this color here. All right. And just to prove that you don't have to, there's nothing like magical about specific shapes of blobs for this. You can just basically blob out however. You can cluster your blobs however you want. You can do one blob, you can do multiple blobs. You can fuck around and it's going to be fine. I might actually also want to add some black creme in with this mix. I'll have to see. Well, the question is, because if I'm doing white creme as my in-betweener, is that going to end up being too much white for the amount of black? Green. Oh, you know what? I should actually use both. I should use this and full charge. 2 hollow greens. Hang on. And then I will add black as well. I'll add black creme in between the 2 green hollows. My blobs converged. That's okay. Okay, let's add some full charge in here. Ah! All right, well, that one didn't go inside. And you know what? It's going to be fine. Your blobs don't have to go inside each other, okay? It's not a law. They tend to do some nice nesting if they go inside each other, and so you get like concentric rings inside your cells of different colors, and that's cool. That can still happen even if you don't nest them, but it tends to happen more if you do nest them. I'm just gonna go boom straight in with that green. I'm gonna do some more black. Fuck, I'm gonna get black creme all over myself. Oh, I forgot to do the thing. Sorry, y'all. I just got right into it there. I was so excited. Apologies. This is why chat needs to be able to like verbally talk to me. May we see blobs? Apparently, the answer to that question is no. All right, let's see how we did here. Did we not get enough white? We might not have gotten enough white, y'all. We'll see. We got some nice little white cells over here. We'll see whether or not those open up enough. We got a bit over here. We'll see what happens to this after it has a chance to sit for a little bit. We might actually be okay here. There's a nice enough area. You don't need the entire thing to be perfect, is the other thing with this. It's kind of like with water marbling, where like if you have some nice stuff happening in a fingernail-sized region, then you can put it on one fingernail and it'll be good. As a Canadian, my cold tolerance is ridiculously high. I don't think that's true. To be clear, the studio is not 15 degrees. Outdoors is 15 degrees. The temperature in here is still quite moderate. It's over 20 degrees for sure in this room. If we were to make nail art laws, what would they be? I'm making my blobs go inside each other for pervert reasons. You know what? You're valid. You are so valid, Leo. I love that for you. I really like how this one came out. This is a really cool one. Okay. Next. It does look like a geode. You are right. I am going to ignore the polish on my fingers at the moment and go to my next one, which we got to do at least one that's like straight up full pride flag, right? Don't we? I think we do. I definitely need a pan flag. I have to have a pan pride. That's for me. I'm going to do pan pride next. So for pan pride, I think... Do I want to use... I'm trying to decide what color base I want to use for that. I guess I can use the blue. Let me just refresh my memory. It is blue, pink, yellow, right? It's my flag. Why don't I remember? Yeah, blue, pink, yellow. Okay, so we're going to use this, this, this. But maybe actually this? Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. And use Cirrus as our... Or... Yeah, let's use Cirrus as our base. Okay, I like that. Okie dokie. Makes sense that ace blobs don't want to be inside each other. Well, these ones aren't ace, they're arrow. But that is extremely funny. What? Pan is not blue, purple, pink. That's bi. They're not the same. Don't try to fucking gaslight me. MLM is the best flag, but you like teals and blues, yeah. We can't forget the least represented, the heteros. Man, fuck those guys. I don't care about them. I mean, my husband is one, but I forgive him. Yeah, I haven't done ace yet. I can do ace if you'd like. Oh my god. I say if you'd like as though Mei wouldn't be delighted to have an ace flag in here. Like, come on. Of course. Of course you want an ace flag in here. Ew, you like straight men? Men are the worst. I mean, I like my husband, but other than that... Let's be real, they're mostly pretty icky. I know you'd always say yes. We'll do an ace one for you, Mei. I got you. I just need my pan one first. It's really traveling. Unfortunately, men are very hot. I don't know. Some of them are. And some of them open their mouths and instantly become infinitely less hot. I don't like it when they do that. And like, women are hot. arguably, women are way hotter. Oh my god, this is coming out so cool. Okay, the colors are like not distinctly separated. Like there's not a lot of like blue, pink, yellow as like separate clear things. But the orange and the green, I'm not mad at. And I feel like there's enough of those distinct sections, at least in some parts of it, that it's clear that that's what was used. So I think I'm good with this. Because like this area here, there's some very fun... Oh, and I love this section. There's just some real nice stuff happening here. You always assume everyone you talk to is bi/pan unless proven otherwise. Yeah. Genderqueer flag has cute colors. I really like this color combo. This is very pretty. This was... I was correct to choose this identity. The colors are good. Okay. And that's what matters. Okay, so the ace flag, as I recall, is purple, yellow, gray. Does it also have black and white? Ace flag. Okay, black, gray, white, purple. No yellow. I was wrong about the yellow. Which one has the yellow? There's one that has purple and yellow, and I cannot remember which one it is. Psychedelic shag. Yeah, this is why I get annoyed when people say it's a choice. No, no woman would choose men. I mean, some women would, but we don't talk about them. It's not their fault. Okay. Let's get this one going. So we'll use the black fluid art for the base. And then I'm not sure if it should be magenta jelly or purple slushy. I think it's magenta jelly, and I'll use hip vine along with it. Oh, purple and yellow is non-binary. Thank you. That's the one I was thinking of. I tried a man once. Worst mistake. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't get a good one, I'm afraid. That was really... I mean, to be fair, like, odds were against you from the start. But yeah, you did the opposite of lucking out with that one. He seemed promising at first. I don't know. All right, let's go back to my little 3 dots version here. And we will go purple creme, white creme, I wonder if I should also use some circuit breaker. I probably should, huh? Where did I put circuit breaker for the gray? And did I? I'm confused about what I did. That's okay. It doesn't matter. It'll all work out no matter what. It's all going to be just fine. Okay, let's do some white. Come on. I'm going to have to get... I don't think I have... I'm not sure if I have a backup of this right now. If I don't, I really need to get one. Let's do some more of this. Because I want lots of hollow in here. And then we'll do purple crumb in between to connect. And then circuit breaker. And I think we'll call it at that. Looks promising. Oh, God, I love watching the pull. I'm always just so excited about this part of it. There's a real nice area right over here that I want to try and develop a little bit. Preferably without ruining it. Can I pull you just a little more? Kind of have to be careful. This is nice over here too. All right. We'll see how things develop here, but there's some nice cell formation in this area here. There's some nice stuff happening over here, and maybe something interesting is going to develop there. But I think we've got a pretty good rendition of that flag here. You see boobs? Oh my God. Where are the boobs? Where are the boobs? I don't see the boobs. All right. Bum 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 bum. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I ruin the boobs? Were there boobs temporarily? All right, let's see gender fluid flag. Okay, so the gender fluid flag is pink, white, purple, black, blue. Pink, white, purple, black, blue. Okay. We can do that. Let's use... Let's use our black fluid art base. Blue Freezy for the blue, I think. I think we're gonna want hydropower. Do I want to use that as... Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I'm going to sort of simplify it slightly. Okay. Boobs can drift apart with time. It's so true. All right. Get some black. This one's going to be hard for y'all to see until we get more happening with it. All right. Do some hydropower or whatever this one's called. Hotware pink. Man, don't ask me to brain. We'll do some white. Oh my God. I literally just thinned you. think there must have been like just too much thickened at the sides that took a little while to work its way in to the mix. Purple. Okay, and then I'm gonna do, I didn't do a dot in the middle. I'm gonna do a bloop in the middle of all the colors. I think we'll just run with that. Seems like enough. Oh my God. Oh my God, I've got little bits from the caps. Oh, y'all, this is gonna be a good one. I can already tell. This is gonna be a good one. Oh, you know what? Gender fluid art. Obviously. Obviously. Okay. This is perfect. This one's real fucking good, y'all. This one came out really good. I love it. Hey, we have 5. Did you know? We have 5. It's 2:15 a.m. and you are determined not to fall asleep. What do older women have between their breasts that younger women don't? A belly button. Listen. You're not old enough to be making that joke. This one is so good. This might be my favorite. It's not my favorite colors, but it really came out well. Okay, so I have 5. I think I'll stop it there because I have 5 that came out really well, which doesn't always happen. I mean, I did 6. The first one didn't work out as well. It developed nicely. It just, the colors weren't quite what I wanted. Okay, so I'm testing to see how dry this first one is. I'm checking for, like, if I'm pressing on it, am I getting fingerprints? And I am getting a little bit of fingerprints. But it's not, like, feeling super mushy. So it might be ready to peel. So I'm going to delicately, carefully attempt to peel. And it's okay if the edge gets a little bit messed up when I'm peeling, because the edge is not the part we care about. Trying to gently and carefully start to peel it. And if it comes away cleanly, then we will be good to go. And if it starts to, see here? I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little spot right there where it's sticking, just a touch. So I don't want to complete the pull just yet. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes here. In the meantime, I can move my polishes, make sure I capped everybody, wipe this polish off of my fingers. and show you a sleepy cat. And then we will prepare to apply some decals. Or as some weirdos say, decals. Or, horrendously, decals. Now you can also add a base on your nails if that's a thing that you want to do. I generally only bother with that if I have used a clear fluid art base. With these ones, since I used blue or white or black, depending, or actually I think I used blue or black on most of them. Anyway, since I didn't use a clear one, I'm not as concerned about it. Sometimes I'll put a base down just in case anyway, in case there's like little gaps or something. My other hand, I don't, you know what? Honestly, I might even just like leave it naked. I don't necessarily always paint my other hand. Sometimes it just gets to be naked. Most of the time it just gets to be naked. I mean, I guess I could polish it. I don't know. Heck, I could do my offcuts on the other hand. I have enough, for sure. Why don't I do that? Why the hell not? Do my offcuts on the other hand. All of my decals are big enough to do more than one nail, so. God, Mom's gonna think I'm the kind of woman who has both nails done and matching. The horror. That ain't me. Double pride, yeah. By the way, I didn't show off my new t-shirt. I got 2 new t-shirts, both by an artist on Instagram named, or her Instagram handle is Doodles by Meg. And this is one of them, which is backwards, so that's nice. But it says, living in a dystopian hellscape. So that's cute. Yeah, she's gonna think I'm a body double. It's true. She's gonna think I've been kidnapped and replaced by aliens. All right, let's see if we're good here. Oh yeah, there we go. Just a couple more minutes did the trick. Okay, so I just got to decide which part of it I want to use and which nail I want to use it on. I feel like the pan one is more different than the others, so I might do that on my thumb and do these on my other fingers. So, because they'll kind of like go together better. So I think we'll do this one on my index. I'm kind of feeling like this area in here. I think that's where I'm going to go. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put down a sticky base, okay, on the nail that I'm going to apply this to. Now, I don't have a nail polish sticky base that is designed as a sticky base. They exist. You can purchase them. What I have instead is a quick drying base that is quite thin, dries very quickly. And if I time it well, it gives me a nice tacky layer. Just 30 seconds to a minute after applying it. It's like I just do a thin layer of it. Wait 30 seconds to a minute, and then I'll be able to apply it. This one happens to be Holo Taco's quick dry base. But yeah, any like sticky base or quick dry base is good. If you don't have something like that, you can just use a regular base coat that is like fairly thin, applies thin and dries fairly quickly. You don't want like a ridge filler. Those don't work very well for this because they have too much body. They squish too much. Okay, so I place it and I sort of stretch and smooth it out over the nail. If you let them dry too much, and I know a lot of people like to make these the day before, which is fine. You can totally do that. But if they get that dry, they won't be so stretchy. I prefer to do them when they're fresh so that they're still kind of stretchy and really pliable. So they'll mold to my nail nicely. And my preferred method for doing this is basically to sort of use a cuticle tool to gently feel out the edges of my nail and make myself a little guideline there. And then I will use the other end, which is, it's got a little like wedge shape. It's not sharp. Like I couldn't cut myself with it, but it does kind of it comes to a bit of an edge. So it will, with just a little bit of pressure, cut through the decal quite nicely. So this is not the only way to do this. Some people prefer to use acetone and just like sort of soak away the area on like a cleanup brush. And basically like clean up a zone between the part that they want to keep and the part that they don't. Which is valid. I just don't like using that much acetone on my skin. It fucks me up. I try to avoid doing too much of that. Obviously, I will have to do a certain amount of cleanup. I also just find it less precise than this method. I like this method. It works for me. If something else works for you, that's great. Some people even cut them in advance with scissors, or they'll like apply it and sort of do the shaping and then cut it with scissors. I am not coordinated enough to cut with scissors along my cuticle line without stabbing myself. I cannot do it. I will 100% fuck myself up that way. Yeah, if they've dried too much, you can use top coat, especially a top coat that doesn't dry super quickly, like a non-quick dry top coat. Plumping top coats can be good for that because they are often not as quick drying. You can use the Magic Effect, like the magnetic Magic Effect stuff that has a lot of thinner in it. Although if you have used black or white cremes in your mix, there's a very good chance that using that on top of the decal will in fact cause those colors to smear. So just FYI, highly, highly pigmented black and white cremes tend to smear if you use that stuff over top of them. But yeah, there's a few different options. You can even use a clear nail polish if you have one over top of the decal to rehydrate it. These all work well. If it's gotten too dry, because they can kind of get a little like crusty, brittle. Brittle is the word I'm looking for. Crusty. That sounds horrible. Yeah, if they dry too much, they can get brittle, and then they're really hard to apply. But like, not everybody has time to, make the fluid art decals and sit around and, let them dry down to the right level and then apply them all in one sitting. It's a lot. Not everyone has a couple of hours to do their nails. So if that's you, if you need to break it up over several days, that's the way to do it. Just rehydrate it. A careful spritzing of polish thinner can re-wet it. Like on a spray bottle? I could see that working. All right. I'm going to do the same order on my other hand. Yeah, I would imagine that if you use thinner, then it would dry fairly quickly. Would it not? That's why you do nails at the witching hour several nights in a row. Yeah. Yep. Okay. I think we'll do... That area seems a little translucent, but I think it's okay. Yeah, I like this area in here. This is pretty. Of course, I like down here as well. This is nice too. There's lots of nice areas to choose from here. I think I'll go here. You want to, when you're pressing it down, you want to kind of try to avoid getting any folds in it. It takes a little practice. I think when you're first doing this, applying these full nail decals, it can be a little finicky, especially if they're softer the way I like them. You get better results once you are practiced enough at working with them. But definitely they can be a little finicky. It takes a little practice to get good at applying them cleanly. So, something to be aware of, that you probably will find it a little awkward at first until you're used to doing it. I still find it quite awkward to do on my right hand because my left hand is not good at things. I have trained it to be able to apply polish, sort of, mostly, somewhat competently. But it's not great at stuff like this, so it do struggle. And by the way, because I do have some free edge, I find that it works for me when they are soft and malleable like this to just sort of pinch and pull sort of this way so that it cuts itself against the free edge. If you don't have free edge, you may find it easier to use the little tool all the way around, or to use scissors or something like that to free up that end of things. But yeah, if your nails are long enough, you can use them as a cutting surface as long as your decal is malleable. The more dried your decal gets, in my experience, the harder it is to pressure cut, the harder it is to melt through, the harder it is to cut it along that way. Like all those things become more difficult. And so if it's a lot drier, that's when I would personally move to scissors. Because then it gets a lot easier to just use scissors. Oh my god, it's so hard to do this with my left hand. Help, I am not good at left hand. How did I get here? I just heard a budgie yawn. You dripped thinner on a small decal, but it bled a tiny bit. May have done too many drops by accident or not controlled enough. Yeah. You'd have to be so careful with pure thinner. I could see it working, but I think you'd want it like in a little mister or something. All right. There we go. One trans finger. The second one I did, I think, was this one. So there is a reasonable chance that it will be done by now, or dry by now. Feels like it's pretty good here. Do I want to do this down on the pinky though? I'm just trying to think about how I want to do this. Because I've got... Yeah, I think if I go like that and that, you can't see what I'm doing. If I go like this, so I got the trans one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one down on the pinky, and the pan one on my thumb. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I feel like that's gonna work well. Just trying to make it look sort of like things are meant to go together, you know what I mean? They're all big enough. None of them are too small to do even my largest. Like I could even do my both thumbs with the smallest one of these. So we don't need to worry about that at all. It's just I can choose based entirely on how the color scheme will work. So and just FYI, when I'm doing this, I'm like really being careful to pull so gently. I'm not pinching hard. I'm like just barely pinching and just barely tugging as gently as I can. Okay, this came out so cool. I love this. This is gorgeous. All right. We're gonna go pinkies. You can also, if you're using one decal for multiple nails, you can like cut the decal into several pieces, each of which is a little larger than the nails that you're going to put them on. And that can make it a little bit more manageable, so you're not trying to deal with an entire larger decal that's kind of flopping around a little bit. I'm sort of used to doing this, so I've done more than enough of this to feel fairly comfortable just dealing with the whole thing. By the way, also the backs of these, profoundly ugly, not attractive. They're always just like sort of a weird splotch end drag look, which could be cool if you were going for a different kind of look, but not attractive for our purposes. Okay, I think I want to do this area over here. All right. Gorgeous, just like me. Yes. All right. Sort of gently press, find the contours, and then use my more beveled tool to get in there and cut it away. Yeah, I totally get that, Belly. If you're in pain, like almost anything is better than trying to sleep when you're in pain. Like trying to sleep when you're in pain? Because then you're just lying there, doing nothing, experiencing pain. That's not conducive to sleep. It almost like makes you feel the pain more, in my mind. For me, it works much better if, and I mean, I just have insomnia regardless. I've always struggled with sleep. There are two things that work really well for me for managing my insomnia. One of them is keeping a very strict schedule and meditating myself to sleep every night. And I mean meditation in a non-spiritual sense. Just a body awareness kind of meditation that I think works by boring me to sleep. It kind of does a forced shutdown on my brain. That works reasonably well, but is not 100% reliable. The one that is 100% reliable is going until my body forces a full shutdown. Now, some people will tell you that this is not healthy. And, you know, those people might be right. But, you know, people think you shouldn't blend bananas with your berries in a smoothie. So, obviously, healthy isn't everything. That's all I'm saying. It's the easiest way for me to sleep. Just go until the body shuts down. Usually happens around 4 a.m. Yeah, sensory distractions. If you don't have the sensory distractions, there's very little to focus on besides your body. And if your body is experiencing great deals of pain, it's really hard to focus on anything other than the pain. You'll tell me that's not healthy. Listen. It's what works. All right? It's fine. I most of the time operate on 4 or 5 hours of sleep and am profoundly not okay. And then every once in a while, I crash for 12 hours. It's great. Works really well. It's totally not dysfunctional in any way, shape, or form. I think we have to go into this area here. You can't type anymore. Yeah, I can't. Medication is no good. I can't do that to myself. That none of those things work the way they're supposed to on me. Healthcare professionals hate this sleep hack. Just be fucking exhausted. Listen, one way to just be fucking exhausted is to get lots of exercise and fresh air. And then your body will force a shutdown. All right? You can't tell me that's not healthy. Yeah, I can't do that thing where you like decide to go to bed because it's bedtime and you like do all your routine and then you get into bed and then you close your eyes and like you turn off the lights and you close your eyes and you go to sleep. That's like not a thing. I've never been able to do that. And all those like sleep hygiene things where you're like, oh, you have to turn off things and blah, 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 and do a routine and calming, whatever, yada, yada. None of that has ever helped me. Do I know the dog that's barking? No. I only really know one dog in my neighborhood. I can't remember its name. It's a Labradoodle. It might be Teddy or something like that. I don't know. It's fine. I don't know. It's a Labradoodle. It's got a lot of energy. Yeah, having to work at 7 a.m. is definitely a thing that will help you be exhausted. I've definitely had... Like, I've had times in my life where I've worked at cafes and such where I had to, like, be at work before 6 a.m. to, like, get stuff prepped and open the place. And for sure, I went to bed earlier. But I was still mostly only getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep every night. Like, that's just not... I've never been able to consistently get more than that. And it's not for lack of trying. And it's not because I'm one of those people that functions well on very little sleep. It's just because my brain doesn't like to shut down. There was a brief, glorious time where I was medicated for anxiety. And it let me... stop the brain spirals. And that helped a bit. Didn't completely get rid of it, but it did help. But I can't be on that now, unfortunately. So sleep meds have the opposite effect on you and make you hyper for days. Yeah, that's... yeah. All the things that are supposed to make you sleepy make me wired and also stupid. like like my brain is not functional, but my body is not shutting down. My body is buzzing. And I have trouble forming full sentences. Not that I, don't struggle with that all the time when I'm streaming anyway, but yeah, my husband is like that too, Belly. He just like he will sit down on the sofa beside me and just be asleep. Just he'll just be like, what? How does that work? How do you just be asleep? I don't freaking get it, man. All right, I think I did the pride or the pan pride one next, so let's do that on my thumbs. I don't understand how these people do it. I don't get it at all. And like, he, generally speaking, like, does not go to bed at normal hours at all. He does the thing where he, will sleep until 2 p.m. and get up and work, and then he'll end up like often working way into the wee hours of the morning. But he'll just lie down or sit down and be asleep and then wake up and work again. I can't. First of all, if I fall asleep, I'm going to require a cup of coffee and an hour of wake up time after that in order to form sentences again. So I don't know how you're just, opening your eyes and getting right back to work again. That's fucking crazy. Oh, I can't take the anxiety meds anymore because I have to take omeprazole now for hiatal hernia, and omeprazole with the anti-anxiety drugs that worked well for me equal serotonin syndrome, which I experienced, and it sucked a lot. Mine was relatively mild. I did not have to be hospitalized, but yeah, it was bad, and I don't recommend it. So, yeah. And they don't necessarily for everyone, right? Like, it can depend on dosages and specific sort of like what's going on in your body. Some people can take, omeprazole with a low dose of what I was taking and be okay. And I was on a low dose. And so, my doctor prescribed it and did not even warn me that serotonin syndrome was an option. And neither did the pharmacist, because it was such a low dose that everybody anticipated it would be fine. Ms. Hot Mess, my topics of discussion are crazy familiar for you. I'm sorry, you're welcome. Whichever of those applies. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there who struggle with some of this stuff, so all right. Get this guy down. Oh God, I love this. Such a good color combo. I love how everything interacted in this one. Makes me very happy. totally doesn't go with the rest of the mani, but that's fine. That's why it's going on my thumbs. You feel seen and welcome. All right, I'm glad. I'm glad, Ms. Hot Mess. You are welcome. Yeah, yeah, even mild, it was not fun, Belly. It was not fun. Yeah, I think they didn't say anything because I had taken oroescitalopram. That's the one I was taking. I had taken that previously. And I think they didn't think to ask whether I had taken escitalopram with omeprazole. They just saw that I had been taking omeprazole for some time and asked if I had taken escitalopram before. And I said, yes. It's been a few years. And so I think because of that, they just made an assumption that I had taken that combination before, and I had not. So yeah, it was not fun. I didn't enjoy it. I took myself off of the escitalopram immediately when I understood what was happening, and then they ended up trying something else. I can't remember, for a very brief period of time, and I had a different side effect that was wildly unpleasant. And I can't even remember now what it was. It was like so dwarfed by the other. But yeah, so I was like, okay, well, is there anything else we can try? Is there anything else that's reasonable to try? And the doctor was basically like, let's just let it ride for a little bit and just, try again something else later on. But, I'd only been on the omeprazole for a year or so at that point. So, and then later on, I ended up trying to swap out. They tried to wean me from omeprazole to famotidine for the hiatal hernia, because I guess omeprazole in the long term is not awesome, especially for women. So apparently it does things to bone density. But yeah, the famotidine was not doing it for me. So then they were like, okay, well, I guess we're just sticking with the omeprazole. So I don't know. Ultimately, having a semi-functional digestive system is more important to me. So it's fine. We do deep breathing and we paint our nails. Water marble with a dark twist. Oh yeah, this is fluid art. We're doing Pride fluid art. So this is the thumb that I'm doing right now. I used the colors for the Pan Pride flag. I also have on my index nails, I did the trans flag colors. And then here on my pinkies, I have the aromantic pride colors. I've also got asexual pride and gender fluid pride coming up. I made the decals earlier in the stream. So if you're unfamiliar with fluid art, you may want to just maybe after the stream or something, you can watch the VOD to see how that is done. It's a pretty cool process, I think. You took omeprazole for a year and you swear it didn't do anything. That can be a thing. For me, it has really made an enormous difference. And my my entire intestinal situation is so much happier on it. Things were pretty bad. Like I was popping just so many Tums, so many Tums. And you know, any of the over the counter stuff was just not touching it. So yeah. Before that, it was whatever the generic version was that was giving people cancer or something. Great. Discord makes your head hurt. That's valid. When you were on omeprazole, you had to do liver and kidney panels yearly. Oh, ranitidine. Yeah, that was... So they've reformulated ranitidine. And apparently it is safe now, or safer, and has now I think they've re-allowed it in the US. It was never banned in Canada. I was taking that previously in Canada with no problems. It worked reasonably well for me. But, you know, I didn't have... things weren't as bad for me back when I was taking that, so... that was like an occasional use thing rather than a constant use thing. Yeah, the whole... your whole thing is significantly more complicated than any of ours, Belly. All I have is a lifelong history of sad tummy and a hiatal hernia that was diagnosed a few years ago. I think I feel like there were a lot of things that really like nobody was paying attention to when I was a kid, like, and part of that is because I'm older and they didn't, you know, back then they just didn't know to look for certain things. They didn't know what stuff was as much, you know. But yeah, like I was colicky as a baby. I was constantly crying. Terrible stomach issues all the time, and you know, and had always went through tons of Tums as a teenager, and that was my primary thing when I was pregnant, was just the worst heartburn for like 8 solid months, just constant heartburn. I was basically living on Tums and milk just to try and like not be in agony the whole time. And you can't take very much. You don't have a lot of options when you're pregnant, so Tums it is. So, yeah. I will say, though, the happiest my tummy has ever been was when I was basically living on beans and like whole grains like bulgur and quinoa and stuff. I had the fewest problems then. I was not without problems, but I had the fewest problems then. Of course, I had also like completely cut out coffee, alcohol, like all like basically everybody's triggers for everything. And I mean, I like me some beans and bulgur, but goddamn, Can't live like that all the time. Oh, it's so weird, Leo. Ranitidine was pulled from the shelves in Canada? When was that, Dame? Because I was taking that as recently as 10 years ago in Canada. Okay. Let's see here. I think the next one is Maymay's. Maymay's combo here. Yeah, Brian has to take the prescription level of famotidine. Of course, he doesn't have most of his digestive system, so it's not surprising. I'm exaggerating. It's not most of his digestive system. It's just that he doesn't have an esophagus anymore. So his stomach is his esophagus now. So now he has the world's smallest tummy. And let me tell you, it is wild what they can do. It is freaking wild that they can like take your stomach and basically reshape it into a whole ass esophagus and still have a little left over to hold some food. Hey, Undecrypted. Okay. This one. Oh, there's some really nice areas here. I'm thinking I want to take like this. If I can get the black, a little bit of the black and also a little bit of this white swirl up here, I think that would be really nice. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So, yeah, it's a pretty big chunk of the digestive system to be missing. It's not like, I mean, in terms of surface area, it's nothing compared to the intestines, but it's not trivial. It's not insignificant. It has required some fairly major lifestyle changes. The worst thing for poor Brian, the absolute most tragic, awful, worst thing, is that he can no longer gorge himself on Thanksgiving. He has to have just a tiny plate, just a little taste of everything. But on the bright side, an hour later, he can go ahead and do the same thing again. So he's got that going for him. He can be hungry again very quickly. Okay. So we want to go up here. Oh, I had the placement slightly off there, but we got most of what we wanted anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, he has to like wait an hour to be able to have a 2 bites of pumpkin pie. He can't even have a slice. Not that he was never really that much of an overindulger to begin with, but you know, once a year, you got to go a little crazy. It's like being stuck in your last trimester. Yeah, kind of. Except you don't have to carry a whole lot of extra mass in front of you all the time. So arguably better in many ways, but he does have to just live that way forever. So, you know, I mean, to some extent, it does stretch, right? So like through like over time, the actual stomach will expand slightly, so he can eat. At this point, he can actually eat like about the same volume in a meal as I do on like a meal when I'm not overdoing it. Just like a regular, I stop when I feel that I have had enough. That amount, he can eat the same amount as me, which is actually quite impressive, given all the restructuring that was done. Yeah. A tiny meal once a day is brutal. Your nerve damage means you don't feel hunger or thirst. I don't know if that's a win, Belly. I don't know if that's a win. I mean, I guess you don't have to experience the discomfort, but it also means that like you have to remember manually to do those things for your body. Which actually, come to think of it, is a little bit like being ADHD. So, Dame, you're making a press-on set with my good soup. That's very exciting. I can't wait to see it. It's been so nice seeing everyone getting that polish. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. I know there's at least one person here who doesn't know what I'm talking about, Ms. Hot Mess. And in case there's any other lurkers or anybody who doesn't know, I recently got to design a polish with a brand that I work with, BCB Lacquers. So Brittany's doing a series where she's working with her swatchers. Every month, a different swatcher gets to design a polish. And so May was my month, and so I got to design a really beautiful, flaky magnetic polish, and I'm completely obsessed with it. And people's orders have been arriving, and I've been getting tagged on Instagram with people's photos of their manicures wearing it. It's so cool. It's so cool, and people have been really enjoying it, which just feels good. Stress can give you tummy troubles. I mean, yeah. But like, what are you going to do about that? Be less stressed? What a concept. What a concept. The entire country is having tummy troubles right now. Fuck. Okay. I'm kind of digging this area. There's a lot of complexity in here that's kind of fun. So I think I'm gonna try and get some of that. Yes, May, you'll be able to pick it up at PBE. Yeah, just stop equals healed gut. Easy. It's so easy. cure your digestive problems with this one neat trick. Doctors don't want you to know. Oh. Yes, Dame, please do post it in my Discord when you're done. I'm very excited to see it. Tummy troubles are the one thing that doesn't plague you. Well, it doesn't plague me now that I'm on omeprazole. The wonders of modern medicine. Better living through chemistry. I love it. Okay. You divorced one of your worst stressors? Hell yeah. Yup. I used to have one of those. I have an excellent spouse these days. I'm happy to have found one that makes my life better and not worse. All right. Y'all, this Manny is coming out kind of freaking cute. I don't know if y'all noticed, but it's cute. Still a Klingon, oh no. Oof, yeah, the endo is not great. I love how we all pretend that endo is like just a uterus thing. It's just like, no. Maybe if you're wildly lucky. Yeah, you don't need tummy troubles in addition to everything else, Mei Mei. You're good as is. Just try to avoid adding anything else. Okay, now for the pièce de résistance. The gender fluid. Sorry, for you Americans, that's the piece de resistance. Teasing. Listen, my French is not good. I am bad at French. Even by Canadian standards, I'm bad at French. Actually, my husband, who is an American from the Midwest, has better French than me. Don't stick to my thumb. They found endometriosis in someone's wrist? What the hell, man? I didn't know it could get all the way over there. That's crazy. That's too much. Endometriosis has got to stop. It's got to stop. That's taking things too far. Oh, this is kind of cool. There's like a really interesting little like weird sunset over water thing that happened on the back. Like weird alien. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Ugh. Where in the Midwest? Chicago. Okay. What section do I want? There's really no wrong answers here. I really like this area, though. I think this is very cool. I think I kind of want to try and do like a diagonal split here with this section. So it'll be like here on that nail. I think that would be a cool area to do. Yeah, I just think of endometriosis as being something that like is like fucking up your organs, you know? I don't think of it as being something that can get into your joints. It just is too much. It's too much. Best thing about menopause is no more endo pain. Oof. I can't do HRT. It's a good thing I don't have endometriosis. I guess. I mean, it's a good thing regardless, but yeah. Yeah, I would love to be able to get rid of some of my perimenopause symptoms, but I got the bad boobs. I got the bad boobs. I already had to have a chunk taken out of one of them. And they're like, well, if you do HRT, then it's gonna cause problems, most likely. I'm like, okay, great. And then they tried to put me on, oh shit, what's that stuff they, tamoxifen, as like a, oh my god, my words are bad. Not preventative, prophylactic. Thank you, brain. They tried to put me on tamoxifen prophylactically to try to prevent any other issues. And turns out my body doesn't like tamoxifen, so I stopped that immediately. So now I'm just cruising, hoping for the best. You lurk. Oh, are you currently at the graduation ceremony? Is it happening now, Sassy? Your nails look great, by the way. Oof, endometriosis wrapped up in your spine. Jeez, my God, that's horrible. Horrible. See, it's taking it too far. It needs to stick to the organs and leave the rest of the damn body alone. Oh, fucking awful. My God. All these people walking around talking about how our bodies are perfectly designed, blah, blah, blah. No. No. If anybody designed this shit, they're malicious or incompetent. Those are the only options. Fucking perfect design, my ass. Yeah, so far the perimenopause has not been the worst, to be honest. I get the hot flashes. That's unpleasant. I had I had a real bad frozen shoulder in both shoulders, which is apparently associated with menopause and perimenopause. Although they don't actually know a causal link for it. But it seems to be a thing. So I had both shoulders frozen for like a year for one and close to a year for the other. Couldn't lift my arms over my head. I was like the struggle getting a bra on. It was brutal. Absolutely brutal for a really long time. But yeah, other than that, it's just been the annoyance. Like all my mucus glands are like, no. they're either going crazy or they're doing nothing. So like I get super bad dry eye, like brutal dry eye. And like half the time my eyes are like a desert and the other half the time they won't stop watering. It's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And it is not an allergy thing at all. It is 100% perimenopause. It's just like, what the fuck, man? What is happening? But yeah, I mean, honestly, that's sort of the worst of what I've experienced so far. That and just the annoyance of being wildly irregular. So it's not terrible. I've been lucky. Yeah, horses have terrible design flaws. If anybody designed horses, that person needs to be fired. Horses are so fucked up, man. They're like the only animal I can think of that's more fucked up than people. Yeah, these bodies are a mangle of, well, that kind of worked. It's true. Like, the way evolution works, like, as long as you can make the babies before dying, evolution's good. It's like success. You made the babies before dying. Good job. You know? What the fuck? How is that the bar we're clearing? Oh my god. 5 different types of breast cancer? That's crazy. That's crazy. Holy heck, Belly. That's incredible. Someone needs to update the pancreas. Yeah. Yeah, that really needs a patch. I also feel like we could just, like, we could patch the appendix. I think that could be useful, you know? Like, do we need that? Yeah, people used to not name babies until they were like 5. Different cultures have done it at different ages. For some it's like 3, for some it's like 1. But they're, you know, it's for good reason. It's for good reason. They don't count until they've survived that first little bit. Your one argument for perfect design is the platypus? Yeah. The platypus is maybe the only good argument for an intelligent designer. Because that shit's hilarious. And yeah, kind of perfect. Kind of weird, kind of perfect. I'm not mad about it. All right. Here we go. We're almost done, y'all. And good thing, it's been almost 2.5 hours. What the hell? Time kind of flew by, I feel like. Ooh. Time flies when you're having fun talking about weird medical shit, I guess. All right. Well, I was considering adding some stars or something on top, but we've already gone over time, so I think we'll leave it at this. And honestly, they came out so cute, it might just overcomplicate things to try and add anything to them anyway. So I think we'll just top coat and call it. They're real cute. I like them. I like them. And it's a good thing, too, because I'm actually going to be wearing these for a few days, which never happens. I won't be able to do my nails again until Monday. Unless there's, like, something terrible happens and I have to break into my studio again. Because, yeah, the the nail studio is also the guest bedroom. And this desk that I work at here is a Murphy bed. And the desk is, when the Murphy bed is up, the desk is a desk. When the Murphy bed is down, the desk is legs. And it's weird. It like does a pivot thing so that I can actually, it's nice because I can keep everything on my desk. I just have to make sure that anything taller than a certain level either gets laid down or gets placed elsewhere. But everything that's below that level can just stay where it is, which is really nice because it means I don't have to completely clear off and reorganize my nail desk every time I have someone stay over. But I do have to like take out all my lights and my chair and like basically clear a whole bunch of stuff out of the room. And I won't have access to basically any of my nail supplies because they'll be under the bed. So they drive down tomorrow and they drive back home on Monday. What on earth? Like a little fuzz. All right. We're just getting to the ages where we talk about health problems all the time. It's true. That's us. The appendix is not vestigial. They found health differences between people with and without. Yeah, that's not entirely surprising to me. I think there was some talk about how it might play a role in microbiome seeding or like reseeding after issues. But yeah, I mean, clearly it's not critical to life because you can take it out and be just fine. No, we're a variety of ages. We have at least one Gen Z baby in here, and I think I might be the oldest or close to it. I'm technically exennial, a cusper. We all just got bodies that chose violence. Yeah, a bunch of us do. Yeah. But I'm 50, so I'm getting up there. My husband is squarely Gen X. Actually, he might be almost on the other end of that cusp thing. I'd have to look and see when the boomer Gen X intersection is. You're almost 56? Yep. Then you're the old lady, I think. It's okay, though. We love that around here. You're a Jones between a boomer and Gen X. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my it's 65 to 81. Yeah, so my husband is definitely going to be a cusper or technical boomer. I married an older man. Not that much older. I think he's 62? Yeah, 62. 62? 64. Was he born in 62 or 64? I think 62. Yeah. He was born in 62. So technically, I think he's a boomer then. Living the dream. Married a young boy. Yeah, my mom did that for her second husband. Whew, 50. 6 years difference. My goodness. I think my stepdad is like 14 years younger than my mom, so she like really she did good. You'll be a single Pringle. Yes. Am I allowed to okay boomer him? I'm allowed to do anything I want, Leo. What's he gonna do? Yes, I have okay boomered him on occasion. Although it's funny because like he truly doesn't in any way resemble a boomer in any of the like stereotypical ways. His sister, on the other hand, who is younger than him by several years, she's like constantly sending these in like the group chat, the family group chat. She'll like send the most boomer humor shit. It's just like, oh my god, what are you doing? You're young, you're supposed to be cooler than this. Stop. Anyway, all right, well, my nails are cool. Ooh, should we bring out the macro lens? What do you think? I'll pop out the macro lens here. Let me switch to a cat while I switch out the lens. Oh, good. Just a gray lump. The nail camera is going to go black for a moment. Nobody panic. Everything is fine. Everything is happening according to plan. There we go. I'm gonna actually just boost the exposure a little bit there. Go back to the nails up display. All right. So there is the thumb with the Pan Pride flag colors, which ended up turning into some very interesting orange and green tones, which is kind of fun. And then here's the rest of them. We've got the trans flag. And then we've got the, this one's the ace flag. And then this is the gender fluid flag. And then this one's the arrow flag. Oh, looks like I got a little bubble under that one. That's all right. It'll be fine. No biggie. I don't worry too much about getting a small bubble underneath my fluid art. I mean, I try to avoid it, but if there's a little one, it's not that big a deal. The pinky is very matrix coated. I agree. Yeah, you definitely do not need long nails to do this. You can totally do it with nubs. It works just fine. As I said, if you don't have any free edge at all, it is a little bit more challenging to cut away this edge. But like you can totally just use little scissors or something. It works just fine. Or again, you can use the acetone melt off method. And if you have a tiny bit of free edge, then it's super easy. You don't need very much. I'm very happy with this mani. This was a lot of fun. And now I get to look at it for a few days. Yeah, y'all know I hardly ever do my right hand. It's very rare for me to do my right hand, but I am going to be doing some baking and whatnot. So it'll be fun to have a little protection that's sparkly on there. You need to come up with a cool new flag for Leos because none of the ones that apply to you are green and you want a green one. You know, you can, Leo, you can just make your own flag. You're allowed. I authorize you to make your own flag. You can do the thing. I'll even help you design it. If you want. Or maybe I'll just test the colors on Manny's. All right. Well, friends, this has been fun. Tuesday. Next Tuesday, stream as usual in the afternoon. My folks will be gone. I will have my nail room back. We will be continuing the All Pride All the Time nail art extravaganza through to the end of June. So you can expect to basically anytime I'm doing nail art, it's going to be that. The only exceptions are going to be swatch and review videos, which I will have 2 upcoming during the Pride phase of things. One is a Pride collection, so will be on theme. The other one is not, but I'm not sure the date that it releases. So there will be at least one stream that isn't going to be Pride related, but that'll be a Thursday night one. So I always do the swatch and review on Thursday night rather than Tuesday because Tuesday is mostly for my Euro followers, and a lot of them can't order this stuff anyway, so it seems a little bit mean to taunt them with it, even though half of y'all are here anyway. All right. Good morning, Katya. Speaking of the Europeans, good morning. We're leaving, but you can see my nails there. We did pride flag. Fluid art. So you're gonna have to watch the VOD if you want to see the whole thing. You'll be able to join Tuesday for a bit. Yay! That'll be nice. Okay, so don't forget to press the buttons, tell your friends about the hippopotamus, all that good stuff. If you are interested in joining the Discord and haven't already, the link is in the description. You're welcome to come and hang out with us and make suggestions for future streams, etc., etc. That's it. Thanks.